Meanwhile, in a dark and foul dungeon far below the surface.
That was a tough dungeon.
Henri, we are not done yet. There are still a few more rooms to explore. Also, we still need to find Lady Roaringhorn's music box for her young daughter.
Oh, I forgot about that side quest.
Henri, Ophelia, we need to stop and take a long rest. I'm drained and I cannot cast any more spells.
I agree with Emily. We need to make camp and rest. I have taken quite a bloody beating from our last battle. Henry, I will need some of your healing magic.
Ralph, my healing ability is not arcane magic. It is granted to me and comes from my... Oh, never mind. Let's just rest here as Emily suggested and pray that no monsters wander here.
Good idea. First let me set up some traps around us, and I volunteer to take the first watch.
Ophelia, please do that. Everyone, rest up. We need to be at our best before we continue into the darkness.
Hello, and greetings to all you fans of RPGs and of Dungeons & Dragons. This is RPG Mods Fan, and in this video I will be reviewing and discussing the 5e adventure Into the Darkness, which was written by Luke Hart and self-published in 2019 by his company, the DM Layer. This adventure was meant for level 6 player characters. This adventure was written under Wizards of the Coast's Open Gaming license. Hence, in it has no mention of D&D. So, I will say it. This adventure was written for D&D 5th edition rules. As I stated earlier, Luke Hart is the author of this adventure. He has a YouTube channel called The DM Layer. His videos on D&D are excellent and informative. Also, I find his skits at the beginning of his videos to be hilarious. Links to his channel is provided in the description below. Luke Hart has written a number of adventures, all of which can be found on DriveThruRPG's website. For disclosure purposes, I bought my copy of the Into the Darkness adventure on the said website, and I am doing this review on my own volition. Into the Darkness is not a full dungeon or adventure. Instead, it is meant as an add-on to an existing dungeon. It adds rooms and encounters to an existing dungeon of the DM's own choosing. The plot hook of the adventure is that the player characters are on a quest to find a noble family's heirloom, a wooden music box. The noble family is from Waterdeep. Actually, due to the Open Gaming license and for copyright reasons, the adventure instead states that the noble family is from Deep Water. Also, the player characters will know that they are not the only ones seeking the music box, heirloom. Another rival adventuring party called the Hand of Light also seeks it. So, the player characters will need to act quickly to ensure that gold and glory is not snatched from underneath them. I will now be discussing the adventure itself, and the rest of this video will contain spoilers. Players should stop here and not watch the rest of this video. It is meant for dungeon masters who will be running this adventure for their players. The Into the Darkness adventure adds a total of 4 encounter areas to any dungeon the Dungeon Master wishes to run this adventure in. The Music Box Heirloom is located in the Tomb of the Sacred Squid. However, Gems of Passing are required to open the doors to the tomb. The Gems of Passing can be obtained from the other 3 areas. The rival adventuring party called the Hand of Light does not come into play unless the player characters do something that the Dungeon Master wishes to discourage. In such a case, the Dungeon Master could use the threat of the Hand of Light retrieving the heirloom first as a dissuasion. Displayed on the screen is a suggested layout of where to add the 4 encounter areas to a dungeon. I will now discuss each of these areas. The brewery is home to a green hag alchemist. She can be found in the room labeled B2 on the map. The doors to room B2 is trapped with a lightning bolt. Using her illusion ability, the green hag will appear as a beautiful woman. She claims to have fled Waterdeep, cough, I mean Deepwater, from overzealous alchemist competitors, and she only is interested in furthering her alchemist studies and experiments. In exchange for her Gem of Passing, she will ask the player characters to obtain 6 fresh humanoid hearts. If the player characters are still conversing with her, she will inform them that Durgar can be found in the Forgotten Forge and that 6 Durgar hearts will suffice. Within the room are also 2 flesh golems and 3 imprisoned Durgar. The Whispering Crypt is inhabited by 2 vampire spawns who seek to free their imprisoned master. The square rooms at either end of area W2 is lined with sarcophagi. If any of these sarcophagi are disturbed, then the party will be battling a total of 6 shadows. Crypt W3 contains the vampire and his 2 spawns. Garlic lies on the doors to the crypt as well as on the vampire's sarcophagus. The 2 vampire spawns are not immediately hostile and will ask the player characters to free their master. The vampire has a wooden stake driven through his heart. Removing the garlic from the area and the wooden stake frees the vampire. Several decades ago, the Durgar captain from the Forgotten Forge area was responsible for imprisoning the vampire. The vampire wants revenge. He will give the player characters his Gem of Passing once they have killed the Durgar captain. The Forgotten Forge area is home to several gruff but industrious Durgar. Room F2 is known as the Forge. Here there are 4 massive glowing forges in the corners of the room. If the player characters are diplomatic and are not combative, they will be taken here to meet and speak with their captain. In exchange for the Gem of Passing, the Duergar captain will want the player characters to kill the Green Hag dwelling in the brewery. The captain's quarters is in the room labeled as F3 on the map. Sealed and trapped in room F7 is a Nalfeshni, a powerful demon. The heirloom music box can be found in the tomb of the sacred squid, specifically in a bookcase in area T4. However, in order to enter the tomb, the gems of passing need to be placed in the sockets of the double doors leading into room T1. Room T3 appears as a large rectangular chamber, and the floor appears to be covered completely in gray flagstones. However, the floors that are shaded orangish on the map are actually illusions and drops 30 feet or 9 meters below. At the far end of the chamber leading into room T4, there is an active invisibility field. Anything in area T4 will not be seen, i.e. invisible, by anyone outside of it. Hiding within area T4 are 2 Gricks and their master, a spirit Naga. They will patiently wait and choose to strike the trespassing player characters at the most opportune time. The adventure is considered concluded when the player characters have obtained and returned the heirloom music box. Roll credits. Displayed on the screen are the credits found within the adventure itself. Thank you for watching. Hope this video has been informative and entertaining. Links to finding Luke Hart's Into Darkness adventure on DriveThruRPG's website is provided below in the description section. Till next time, this is RPG Mods Fan saying cheers, have a good day, and goodbye.